This, of course, we all know that decimal place value system has been presented by Indians, and this is a very interesting quotation which I found. See, he says, most of the great discoveries and inventions of which Europe is so proud would have been impossible without the development of the system of mathematics, and this in turn would have been impossible if Europe had been shackled by the unwieldy system of Roman numerals. So on and so forth. So this looks, the simplicity generally is taken to be a trivial thing. Okay. In fact, so that should not be mistaken. So that is the kind of thing. So this seems to be so evident to us and much simple. But when you actually look into the other forms of representation of numbers, suppose I give you 28 into 42, you will just put place by place, you multiply and you will get the value. So you represent 28 by Roman numerals and 42 by Roman numerals. How will you multiply? You understand? V111, right? So that is what he means by saying, so this shackled by unwieldy system of Roman numerals. So there is a certain brilliance in trying to represent that, and so that is what is something which is remarkable about this decimal place value system, both. Okay, so that is something which could be considered as the contribution of Indians in the ancient period. And so too, this of course Laplace, who is well known to us. So for various discoveries that he has made, he is also in great praise of this. Okay, the ingenious method of expressing every possible number, okay, using 10 symbols, each symbol having a place value and absolute value, emerged in India. So this is a remarkable contribution which has been made by Indians in the ancient period. So you see, almost every binary arithmetic you will be able to find out in the Pingala's Chandas Shastra, and the decimal place value system which has facilitated us in doing various computations is also something which can be seen here. Okay. Then we have this very large periods called Kalpat and so on and so forth. And Kalpa, so those of you who are sort of familiar with Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter, so there also it mentions Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Maharyad Brahmano Viduhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha. So the Sahasra Yuga Paryantam, that is what is basically called as Kalpa. So Yuga is this 43,20,000 and Sahasra is 1000. So this is something, see, this a fascination for having large numbers is something which you can see in those ancient periods, and that is what made them come up with this Yuga system. And what is this Yuga? Why is it called Yuga? So there are a lot of people who have great interest in Sanskrit, so that's why I thought I'll just tell you. So this Yuga, Yujyante Asmin Grahaha iti Yugaha. Understand? So this is a large period in which you will see that the planets almost make integral number of revolutions. It will not be exact. So Yujyante means they start, so each one keeps moving at its own rate, and you will find a large period in which almost all of them make integral revolutions and they will meet at the same point. So that is what is meant by Yuga. Why did they conceive of this large period? So this will sort of explain. Okay. So that is what it is. Okay. How could they arrive at this large period? So first is, you have to observe the period of Mercury. It will be some 88.2432. So in the first observation, you will get something close to 88. Second observation, you may get 88.2. Third observation, you will get some, or after 50 years of observation, you may get the second decimal place. So even for them to compute the period and arrive at this number, so they should have made some hundreds and thousands of years of observation. So that is something which we need to understand and appreciate when you think of the way the Indian astronomers present this. And for you to compute this, so that is where this indeterminate equation of the first order comes, which is called Kuttakara. Okay? So this Kuttakara is a certain technique. So Ax plus By is equal to C is the kind of equation. So we have to, A, B, C are known. We have to find X and Y as integers. So that is the kind of a solution which, so it is sort of related to that. So as you can see that, so this basically gave rise to a brilliant mathematical technique by which you will be able to solve equations. And this fascination for huge numbers, so which we find in yugas and various other places, is something which one can trace back in the Vedic period, because we have this numbers up to parardha. Parardha is almost 10 to the power of 12. So we have Shataya Swaha, Sahasraya Swaha, Ayutaya Swaha, Niyutaya Swaha. So this is a Vedic passage which goes up to parardha.